All right, welcome back. IELTS Speaking, Part 3. We have sample questions here. I'm going to read the questions and also give sample answers. How has family life changed in recent years? How has family life changed in recent years? Well, in the past, families used to be much closer. They did most things together, including having their meals together, probably making decisions together. But nowadays, individualism is more common, with more and more people becoming independent. And not only that, do people get together as partners, like getting married, but also the marriages don't last as long as they used to be in the past. There are factors that led to the marriages in the past to be more common, but the reason why the marriages nowadays are not lasting long is because probably most women, they have financial independence, so they don't have to be in a marriage that they're not happy in. But also a major reason, I think, it's the perception and the respect and the importance we're giving towards marriage. We think a lot of people could survive without their partners compared to in the past, especially for the women part. Question number 2, do you think parents are stricter today than they were in the past? No, I think it's quite the opposite. In the past, the parents used to be closer and observing their children closer, and the children used to be more respectful compared to nowadays. Nowadays, children are more free. They uh, want to make their own decisions, whether right or wrong. Parents don't interfere them a lot. I think this is the pattern of thoughts that had been fed to the parents through media for years, and now it's in play. And a lot of people are complaining about it. Some are still happy, but I think there should always be a balance, and there should always be an explanation or a logical reason. At least uh, the parents have to be able to explain to their kids why they have taken a certain kind of reaction, or why are they protecting them, etc. I think the biggest thing here is improving the critical thinking of the young people in order for them to be able to do or make the right choices even when their parents are not around. Question number 3, what makes a good relationship? Well, I think communication is the main key when it comes to good relationships, and also learning to compromise, that you can never always be right. In relationship, there are ups and downs, so people have to be patient. They have to solve most problems, not just by thinking, but by trying to communicate through the problem. But if one of them or both of them are not listening, because I have examples of a friend of mine, who has a son. We are almost at the same age, but he got the kid when he was 18 years old. And the way they're talking to the kid is really interesting, because this guy is always angry and speaks so loud and always complaining a lot, instead of sitting down and talking about the problem, trying to figure out what's the best way to come up with the best solution, or at least making the kid understanding where he went wrong. So I think this lack of good communication is a problem, and having a good communication is the main key to having good relationships. Question number 4, why do some families live far apart? There are so many reasons. I can't point out only one of them, but what comes to my mind right now is I think because of job responsibilities. People might be working, or they have jobs in different cities or different countries. And also educational reasons could be that. For my case, it was me going to study abroad, and my family was in a different country. So we had to be far apart. And sometimes within the same family, let's say a husband could have a new job in a different place, and he couldn't move with his family due to their conditions, probably, or they are on holiday for some time, in a different country, and probably they leave their children to their grandparents. This is also some kind of partition that might be breaking the closeness of the family for some time. How important is family support in a person's success? I think there is nothing as much as important as the support of those who love you when it comes to becoming successful. But I think it's not about family alone, even though family is like a shortcut. But I think a healthy friendship also could play a good part, even sometimes a better part than family itself. So it's not always about getting a support from the family, but getting support from the people you care about, whether be your colleagues, or your family, or even your friends. So it depends on where you are and what kind of support you need. Well, so those were our 5 sample questions. As I always recommend, people have to try to answer these questions by themselves. Don't just listen and move on unless that is what you want to do. You just want to listen to a bunch of videos for the sake of improving your listening skills. But if you want to improve your speaking techniques, if you want to improve your speaking skills, you have to actually try to speak by yourself. And as you know, the time is not more than 4 minutes for this part 3. So whenever you're talking, the instructor is going to have your back by checking the timer. But also, it's always better to try to go to the point, give explanations. One of the techniques that I love, especially when you don't have a lot of things to say, you could give an example, for instance, and try to get this example from your daily life or the life of someone you know, something that you're familiar with, because when you talk about familiar things, it becomes much more easier to manipulate words, making better sentences, and not spending extra energy to be creative by lying about it. So if you have many experiences, you don't have experiences, practice with many questions like these ones, and then create those experiences and know how you're going to talk in the examination. So without further ado, I wish you all the best in the coming exams. And if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe and open the notification so that you don't miss our next lessons. Take care of yourself and see you.